know, you got a rattling timing chain tensioner. Does it look like mine?
Welcome back to the channel. Now, sadly, the Reaper has died. However, this leaves us with two options. Option one, we can bury it amongst the dead and let its memory live on forever. Option two, we could perform a ritual and raise an undead nightmare.
But before we get into that, let's see how the Reaper's health took a turn for the worst.
Right, well, I'm recording this with no microphone because I hope that the camera will pick it up better without the mics. So the Reaper is dying, and I think it's also got a wheel bearing that's collapsing as well, which is great. I don't know if you can hear it. The piston rings are gone. It's still running, surprisingly got quite a bit of power still, but the piston rings are gone, blowing smoke everywhere out the breather. It runs on about 3.5, 4 cylinders, and yeah, that wheel bearing sounds terrible. So the drive back from the Reliant rally, that one up near Kings Lynn, the Nottingham Branch rally, I think the drive back from that has killed the engine off, and I think it's killed the piston rings. It's smoking crazy out the breather, and listen to this wheel bearing. If I can keep quiet, and I hope this camera picks it up, sometimes it goes away a bit, sometimes it's like very, well, I can feel it under the seat anyway. So, yeah, I think it's wheel bearing. I haven't looked at it just yet, but I know something wrong. Let's see if we can hear it. It's weird. It's like a clunking and a grinding. I know it's not the prop shaft. See if I can be quiet. Put the clutch in, see if you can hear it. You'll hear it better in a minute when I come to a stop. It doesn't sound great, and I can feel it through the car and under the seat. So if the bearing's gone, it's gone. And of course, I can't really get the car in the garage at the minute because I'm working on another car, so it's one of them. I need to get the car done, but at the same time, I've got other jobs to do, and this is one of the main things that, oh God, and this is one of the main things that I don't like, because as well as having to, you know, do work on other cars, other people's cars and stuff, I don't have the time to do my own, which kind of puts me in this position where I need a new engine building, and I need to, you know, do work on the car because like the wheel bearing's gone, and I've got the MOT coming up in like a month. So what do I do? So this is the thing that, you know, hurts me really. But I'm expecting whatever that clunking is, if that's wheel bearing, I'm expecting that to like collapse. Does not sound good at all. And I know it's not prop shaft because I've had a prop shaft go before. I've had that noise, and it doesn't clunk when you're stationary, when you're moving from stationary. So it's not a prop shaft, but it's definitely driver's side, and the only thing really there is a wheel. So I don't know. Let's find out.
Well, got my car in, and I thought I'd get it in to check this wheel bearing thing out, the axle bearing, because it sounded like it was like the wheel was going to fly off at any time, and it sounded crunching and it's a good job I did, really, because I found the issue. Look at this. So, wheel. It's clunking like you can't really see it on the camera. But, why is it clunking? Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Now, while I was thinking about this, because it's been bugging me for a few days about this wheel. Now, I've come to the thought of maybe that was sabotaged, because the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. Because if you think about it, every single one of them wheel nuts were finger tight. Like, I can just go to it, I could just do that. That was exactly how I found it. So the strange thing is, I go from Stoke to, it was like just shy of King's Lynn, right? That's like what, 3-hour drive? So it goes all the way up there, not a problem. And then I go around the road run and everything there, and not a problem. Come all the way back home, there's a problem. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking that a little bit, I'm not too sure, but thinking of it that going there and around there was absolutely fine, and it was only on the way home that I had a problem. Now, that's quite a lot of mileage. Surely if I'd only put them all on finger tight, I would have had a problem a lot sooner, and I probably wouldn't have gotten all the way up there without anything going wrong. Maybe I'm looking too much into it, I'm not too sure. The more I think about it, the more I get that idea. Let me know what you think about it. I don't know. I've never, ever forgotten to tighten wheel nuts before. Surely it might have just been the one that was loose. If anything, one, maybe two, at a push. But not all four, surely. That's why I'm wondering, has someone tampered with my wheel? But what do you guys think? Anyway, back onto the car.
So in this clip, you can see just how much blow-by smoke is coming out the engine breather as we come to a stop. This was just one of the many signs that the Reaper's health was starting to deteriorate.
So, let me show you what the symptoms are of exploded piston rings. This one's a pretty bad case. So first off, you're going to have to start the car, if she'll stay started.
bad, that. Pretty bad. It's like a train.
In order to perform this resurrection ritual, we would have to do so by first removing the engine and finding what was wrong in the first place.
You know, you got a rattling timing chain tensioner. Does it look like mine? It's still connected. Well, still connected. Yeah. And also, cracking the piston. Winner!
So that was it. The ritual was almost complete. The Reaper was so close to ruling this realm once more. I could not be happier with this result. Everything was going perfectly. Or so I thought. So it was time to do the resurrection ritual all over again.
I've spent the last, two and a half weeks, something like that, working on this bloody thing, and I built the engine and I was having nothing but issues with it. Don't know why, but because it's mine, riddled with issues. So there we go. It was just problem after problem, and it was kind of like a bad omen from the start. Mainly because I started the build and I had issues with like piston rings and stuff. Everything was new, but I started having some issues. So eventually got the engine built, got it in the car, and got it fired up, and it was running alright, but then again the odd little niggly issue popped up. And sorting that out, and then it turns out that the engine suffered low oil pressure. On idle it was alright, as soon as it warmed up it didn't want to know, so I was been struggling with oil pressure issues. So there's the car, engineless. So I'm working on that currently. Quick update, actually. I've fitted some seats. So yeah, that is the engine I built. And it's now being pulled back apart, and some of the parts are over there. And then work his way over here. This is the engine I'm currently building, which was actually my old engine, but yeah, that one was okay with oil pressure, so I've got everything laid out here. So I'm currently rebuilding that. That should be done today, and then on the testing rig. So if I show you one of the reasons why, well, a couple of reasons why the old engine broke. These are your pistons, and which one is it? That one. There you go. There's a nice big crack through the piston there. So that explains the blow-by. Seems to be cracked there as well. Also found out on the old engine as well that the timing chain tensioner, which I'm not sure where that is now, but the timing chain tensioner actually broke in half, which was a first for me. Usually, it's just like the little rubber plasticky block that falls off, which is normal, I suppose. But it's the first time I've actually seen one, the metal bit break in half. So that was another problem. One of the other problems as well, the actual filtery gauze bit that sits on the oil pump, that had come off. The old engine was riddled with issues. But this is what happens over time with parts. You know, some things just deteriorate. And the trouble is, sometimes, because you're using old parts, you can't guarantee they're going to last. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on, and not a lot of time to do it in.
One engine rebuild later,
The car is finished. Look at that. It's bloody amazing. Now, it went really, really well, actually. Bear in mind I spent a week or so building and messing around with the older engine, well, the new / now old engine that I made. Anyway, yeah, it went really well, actually. Within 24 hours, I was actually able to strip the the broken engine down, and then take the new engine out of that one, and then strip both of them down completely, and then build up this engine, and then put this engine in and get it running. Now, this was running yesterday. I got it all finished up yesterday, test drove it, and then did a few bits and pieces to it, you know, just dialing it in and stuff. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with how it came out. So there she is, all back and running yet again. I bet you guys want to hear it run. Well, let's fire it up.
one has the race cams in it as well, so that sounds naughty. I love it. Push it off, choke. Listen to that grumble. That sounds bloody brilliant. I love it. Absolutely love it.
And after repeatedly performing these rituals and sacrificing blood, sweat and tears, the Reaper was ready to hunt once again.